Hey, this is Kat. Thanks for coming to check out the video. Today I'm going to walk you through making a vision board on Canva. I talk a little bit about my life, my goals, kind of what I want to see in 2021, as well as showing you the different tools that you can use on Canva. So hopefully you like it. So let's get started by going to canva.com. I've already got an account set up, and I've actually set up the Pro, which I've really enjoyed. So now I'm just looking kind of for a template or something where I want to start. I decided to go blank to start off with, so not to use a template, and I use the presentation document. So I'm just kind of scanning through, looking for some ideas. Didn't really see anything that caught my attention, so I'm just going to go for it and start from zero. First thing I'm searching for are plants. I love plants, so why not start there? I'm looking in both tabs, so there's photos and there are elements. So I'm checking out both just to see kind of what is available. With the Pro account, you do have access to everything. You won't have the watermarks on it, which is really nice. Another really cool feature is the background removal. So you'll see I use that a lot. And I obviously just wanted one of the plants, not both of the plants, so I just cut out the other one. Again, I'm scrolling for more plants to kind of see what I like. 2021 is going to be full of plants, hopefully alive and not dead. Let's see. Okay, another passion of mine is traveling. So I am just looking more so for pictures. Typically I like things that look a little bit more realistic, not too animated. With that being said, there will be plenty of other things that are more elements that I'll use in the future. So traveling, like I said, it's really fun, very love doing it, but obviously this year, lots of restrictions, so had to do a little bit more road trips and things that are more domestic and not so international. Now I'm checking out the text tab. So they have some that are already designed. They've got fun, different fonts. I typically go for more of the generic kind of black and white fonts. That's just what I like. And I'm starting out with my 3 core values: presence, growth, and adventure. That's something I put on my vision board last year, and I think that's really important to have on every vision board. Just a kind of 3 words, core values, kind of roots you, describes you. Mine, again, are presence, growth, and adventure. And yeah, I like to see them every day when I log onto my computer, which is where I have my vision board. It's always on my desktop. And now I'm going through the backgrounds. So another cool feature are all the different backgrounds that Canva offers. Typically, I don't use this too much. Maybe I'll make my own background with a photo or something along those lines. But I just wanted to test it out and see kind of what backgrounds were available. In the end, I decided to stick with a white, at least for now. Later, I'll change the color. But for now, I just wanted to stick with a white and just bombard it with all of my future goals and things I want to see and do in 2021. So something I'm planning with my husband is to go on a ski trip to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I'll be snowboarding and my husband will be skiing, so thus the snowboard. Going into yoga. So again, I'm looking in the photo section and in the elements. Sometimes you can find cool elements like that one that aren't too animated, if you will. I really liked how that looked. I got my yoga teacher training back in 2018, I believe. And last year I just didn't get around to doing as much yoga, so I wanted to try to do some more of that this year. And another goal is to get into canning, pickling. I lived in Seoul, South Korea for a bit and love kimchi, so I'd really be excited to learn how to make kimchi, make my own. I think it's just a cool process. I have a beautiful dog. His name's Wally. He's a border collie. So I found this image. Again, some of the images already come with the background already erased, which is awesome. But like I said, if it doesn't come like that, you can go into the effects and actually do it yourself. I think I'll show you how to do that some more in the future. So I stuck with this picture. I looked at a bunch of different border collies, but that was the one I liked. And then I wanted to add some text. So I'm looking for my favorite one, which will be a little bit more fun. And for this, I'm going to do new tricks. Obviously, you can scale it to whatever size you want. You can also rotate it to whatever works best. And then just trying to kind of figure out where things go. I always start with just putting a lot of things in my vision board, mainly pictures, not so much words. And then I'll just organize them as I go along. And there's okay, again, erasing the background so that it can kind of lay nicely over wherever I decide to put it in the end. Ozark Online is my company that I started in 2020, so one of my goals is to make it grow, and it's primarily focused on teaching Spanish, also English, conversational English, and yeah, it was something I started back in March of 2020, just because of COVID outbreak and trying to find something to do from home, and I've been teaching kind of all around the world, so I decided I wanted to focus more on teaching from home and started my own company. Now this little guy, this worm, very excited about this adventure for 2021. I've decided to go into composting. So I am thrilled to get my worms. I've already got my compost bin all set up. Now I'm just waiting on my worms, and we'll start composting really soon, hopefully. Working out. I've already got yoga in there, but I also go to the gym to F45, and I've really enjoyed that. Every morning waking up and just kind of starting my day with that, and it's been really great. So I wanted to remind myself to keep staying fit, going to the gym, being active, and thus working out. Another really cool thing, you can do the positioning. So what I just did was I needed to bring some things forward and some things back. And you have different options. You can also use the keyboard, but if you want to bring something all the way to the front, or if you're not really sure where you want it, so you can kind of pass it back, front, or you can bring it all the way to the front or send it directly to the back. I decided this little person, she was difficult to work with. I decided to put it on top of the lid, hopefully trying to kind of make it look unique or cohesive. And this picture is Argentina. That is where my husband is from, and we are hoping sincerely to go back and visit his family this year. So hopefully with fewer COVID restrictions, we'll be able to go down to Argentina, and I'm really looking forward to that. They have opposite seasons, so if we go down there in our summertime, it will be cold winter there. But either way, we don't care when we go. We just want to go see them. Vegan cooking. So typically I would say I'm a pescatarian, but this year, especially at home and when I'm able to cook or in charge of cooking, which typically I do the cooking at night, I would like to try more vegan recipes. So I really enjoy experimenting in the kitchen, and I think this will be, obviously that one didn't work. So sometimes when you're erasing the background, it doesn't erase so nicely. I was just trying to look for something that had a bunch of food, but I ended up sticking with this picture. I really liked it. I like the cutting board, and as you'll see, I'll add a little text in the middle. Parmesan cheese, how fitting. So vegan. Sometimes I'll add words just to kind of remind me what it's for. Most of the time I'm a visual person, so from the picture I'm able to see see it and remember kind of why it's there. Another thing I just did with the text, you can change pretty much the color of anything. So with elements, with the text, you're able to change the colors, which is really nice. Another interest of mine is dancing. So I danced ballet when I was younger, lyrical to be exact. And anyway, I really enjoy moving my body and dancing and salsa, bachata, merengue, more Latin dances now. So ballroom dancing is always an interest of mine. So if you see with this picture, I kind of saw that the feet were too close to the right side. So I wanted to invert it, which I will do now or later. But you can just flip the picture around horizontally or vertically, which is another cool tool to utilize. As well, along with dancing, I love the arts, I love drama, theater. So hopefully once everyone is able to go back out and about and return to a somewhat normal life, we'll be able to open theaters again. I'd love to go see some performances, as well as maybe be in one, maybe like community theater. So yeah, excited about that. Okay, I'm just positioning, repositioning, trying to find out where I want to put this. You'll kind of notice I don't really like strong line borders. So as I start to find other little things, there goes the flip, as I find other things to kind of create less rigid borders to kind of overlap and And another thing that I just did with the masks, testing it out. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Another thing I did with the masks was just moving it so you can change the degree of which you want the picture or the element. And I think I'm looking for, let's see, Italian. Yes, that is another one of my goals. Immediately I saw this picture and liked it. Io parlo italiano, something like that. So this year I am also learning Italian. My husband, his grandparents are from Italy, and I am intrigued to learn Italian. I speak Spanish and a little bit of Portuguese, but Italian is my next venture. And like I said before, I've got some substance to my vision board, and I'd like to just kind of make it a little neater, maybe not, make it a little more cohesive, just make it more aesthetically pleasing, basically. Again, like I mentioned before, I do not like those strong borders where like it's just the picture outline. So you'll see me softening the edges with a lot of like little elements or just tweaking little things. It's not super meaningful, but I like plants, I like flowers. I would love to grow, have a green thumb if possible. Right now it's like, yeah, not so great, but there's a learning curve to plants. So anyway, I'm just trying to find other little elements that I can stick in here. Did not like that, so we erase, we try again. Something else that's really cool is whenever you click on one image, sometimes you have these magic recommendations that come up. And so it kind of keeps a cohesiveness of what you're looking at. Maybe it's the same illustrator or has a same theme. So that's really nice to utilize as well. And colors, you can make your own color. I'm looking at the background now. You can make your own colors. You can also, if you look at the colors, there's photo colors. So it'll take a certain photo that you have and it will focus on the colors. It will pull the colors from that photo. So you can actually use those in your, whatever you're working on. This little person was really causing me a lot of trouble. I couldn't figure out how I wanted her to look. But as you can see, this is an element that I got, and there are 2 colors for her. And you can pick and change the colors of the element, which is really nice. It's not, if she's orange and green, you can change her to purple and red, whatever you want. So again, I'm trying to kind of make this person pickles, I guess, all one thing. But anyway, okay, again, still looking for borders, just looking for something to soften up those the pictures. Didn't really care for that. And then I think at one point I thought food, bread. I've been watching the British baking show, something like that. It's on Netflix, and loving it. And the other day I made a bread, I think. Oh, I made rolls. I made rolls in the kitchen, and vegan rolls, and I was super excited about that, so I thought I'll do a piece of wheat. Wheat is very fun and natural, organic, and anyway, it took me a while to actually find a wheat that I liked, but I just kept trying them. I tried different colors. Sometimes I would click on a wheat and see how it looked in black or how it looked in white. There it is in a gray. And eventually I did find the perfect piece of wheat. Again, just kind of softening that transition from the dancing shoes to the vegan cutting board. But it's really fun to get all of this together. This took me about an hour to make. And it's something that you could work a little bit on. You could always change it up too. So say 2021 is not going as great as you thought it was going to be, and you want to take some things off or change some things around. We can come back on, edit it, and then upload a new version onto your desktop. Or maybe 2021 is awesome, and you're like, I've already completed everything on here. I need new goals. So you can start again, or you can tweak it and, put a new goal in. That's what I ended up with. Not the wheat. Get rid of the wheat. I wanted the bread. I thought that was a cute bread. And like I said, I'm really into this British baking show, so I'm inspired every single day to make breads. And let's see. Back to this woman. I was trying to get her to match the lid size, and I didn't want her to be like too overwhelmingly large, so I tinkered with her quite a bit. Then I started thinking about some other goals of mine. My husband and I both really enjoy being outdoors, going hiking, experiencing wherever we can the nature. And so I checked out hiking. Didn't really find anything that I liked here. Again, this is, like I said, they're the elements, and sometimes it does get a little too cartoony for me. So I checked out national parks. We'd love to go visit some more national parks. And again, I didn't really find anything that I liked, so I decided to just do another search on Ecosia, and looked up national parks. And here, immediately a bunch of stickers popped up because I typed in national park stickers, and found one that I really liked, which was Yellowstone. So I mentioned that we're going to Jackson Hole this year, and Yellowstone is a near and dear place to me and my family, so I decided to do that. I just uploaded it. You can upload media from wherever, and again, background remover, get rid of the white, and now it's ready to go anywhere I want it to be. Trying different sizes, expanding and shrinking. But yeah, that's a really cool way to pull source. You can upload pretty much anything. If you have a picture, your own picture, if you need to pull something from the internet, you're able to do that. And then again, using that effect to get rid of the background is awesome. And it's so easy. It takes just a few seconds to go through. Another thing I wanted to focus on was my faith, and this was just a reminder to try to pray every day. So I did a rosary, being Catholic. I thought that would be fitting, and I tried to kind of hook it onto something onto part of Argentina. Obviously, that's a little more difficult. You can't kind of integrate the two elements. So I just found another spot to hang it, if you will. And then now that I have enough things on my board, I can kind of start to move things around, try different sizes. Without really even trying or having a plan in mind, I kind of created this vision board, if you will, and it has a little bit of a stair-step effect. In the middle, you've got the bigger picture on the bottom of the road, then the medium picture in the middle, and then the small vegan picture on top. So it kind of has that nice diagonal, but you'll see I just keep tinkering with it, trying out different colors. I decided to include a paper airplane because that's cooler, I guess, than a regular airplane, just to focus on my goal or my desire to travel this year in 2021. I'm not really sure where we'll end up going. I know I've got a trip to Florida planned with some family, but like I said, most of our trips have been kind of close and just to see family. We haven't really been traveling a whole lot. So hopefully that will change in 2021. The next thing I kind of started thinking about and wanting to add to my vision board was my life's purpose. Now, that seems pretty big and pretty heavy, and it is. But I did a course last year, at the beginning of the year, kind of moving back to the States after having lived abroad for the past 5 years, and basically did an 8-week course just to kind of get a better idea of my core values, what I was looking for in life, and anyway, we had to come up with our life's purpose. So what you're seeing is me going back and forth from my old vision board, my 2020 vision board, and looking to make sure that I have the wording of my life's purpose. It's fun. I live a life full of energy, fun, and adventure as I connect with others and bring light to their lives. That, I think, is my life's purpose, at least for now. And I definitely saw it as something important to include. If you haven't done any work trying to figure out what your life's purpose is and get it put into words, or if you haven't focused on your core values, I highly recommend doing a little bit of reflection, maybe finding something online or reaching out to somebody even to kind of help guide you with how to put your goals, your desires into words. I think it's really important to have a clear understanding or clear idea of that. So I'm just trying to find out where that's going to go on my vision board. Now, another thing I just did was you can change the size, the viewing size. So before I zoomed in, right now it's at 38%. You'll see in the bottom right corner. But you can you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. If you need to really focus on details, you can obviously zoom in a lot more. And then something else kind of cool up at the top right, right above the vision board, there's 3 little tabs or 3 little pictures. And that's for copying. You can add another page, or you can actually duplicate it. I use that a lot whenever I'm creating material for my classes. As well, I changed the title up at the top, so now it is Vision Board 2021. And that will kind of, whenever you download it, that's what it will save as, whatever title you give it. These little hands, these guys are for family. I wanted somewhere to put the importance and the focus of family in 2021. Like I mentioned before, my husband and I moved back to the States, so we've been a lot closer to family this past year, and it's been amazing being able to see them on well, we've also been working from home, so we could just go hang out with my parents and stay there for a week and spend time with them. So that's been really exciting, being closer to everyone and being able to see them, obviously taking precautions as well. So again, just kind of continuing with that in 2021. I can't figure out where to put it on the vision board, but I know I want it there somewhere. I think I look for some different options. Another cool thing is transparency. So if you look at the top right, you've got a couple of different options. Position, we talked about that, where you can pull something forward to the very front of the page or document, or you can send it to the very back. You can also do transparency, so you can make something more or less transparent. Usually when it comes onto the page, it's 100%, which means that you can't see through it, but you can lower it down and make it almost invisible. So again, I'm kind of playing with the size of the document and just making it fit and fill the screen as much as I want. So here I'm kind of looking if I want to pull the road over just to make it a little bit more steppy. And again, just looking for somewhere to put those hands, which caused me a little bit of difficulty. And it's super easy. If you don't know the Control-Z move on your keyboard, please learn that. That is the undo button for anything and everything. So here I am re-undoing what I've done, if that's how that works. Oh, and then I remembered money. That's important to have on my vision board because that's important. No, I included this. It's always good to have a good understanding of your budget. I didn't want anything too serious looking. I'm not super into finances, but obviously it's what makes the world go round. So something important to also have and to appreciate and to make sure it's not forgotten about. Again, looking for a place for these hands. I did like having it less transparent, but it was still a difficult thing to find. So I'm just moving around and trying to put everything in the perfect position, bringing things more to the front. And Wallace, my little dog, he was somewhat of a trouble too. So I tried to see if I liked something else, a different family photo, and then I found this one. So it's not necessarily the whole hands, but it's more the outlines, which I liked a lot more. And I could change the color of that as well as the transparency. I tried to do something funky with the yoga, mindfulness, lotus person, and didn't like that. So we continue sending it around the entire vision board. So as I keep tinkering and just kind of finishing up my vision board, I've got it more or less how I want it. I think I've got everything that I want for 2021 to happen on this board. Again, you're at free reign to do whatever you want with your vision board. Maybe it's a lot more simplistic. Maybe it doesn't have as much. Maybe it's all unison and one theme or one color. That's awesome. I just like a lot of stuff on mine. I want my year to be bountiful and full of exciting adventures, and I want to grow, thus my core values, growth and adventure. So after I finished and got everything where I wanted it to be, I downloaded it, top right button. It's a simple, there are different options, different things that you can download it as, and I chose a PDF file, I believe. And then I just had to tinker with this a bit and remember how to upload a new desktop picture. And obviously with the desktop you have different options. So you can have it full like mine is right now. You can see that it occupies the whole desktop. If you don't do that, which again, there's a lot going on. So on this 2021 vision board, I decided to make it a little bit smaller and not as big so that I have a little bit more room for my folders. So I ended up making it a little bit smaller so that I do have room for my folders, and this is what it ended up looking like. So hopefully you enjoyed this video talking a little bit about vision boards, goals, using it, designing your own on Canva. I'll show you, this was mine that I worked on last year, my 2020 vision board, and one more time, my 2021. And a special thanks to Connie. She was the one who encouraged me to do this. She was actually my life coach and the one who helped me with my core values and also my life's purpose and a lot more things. But she encouraged me to not only make a vision board, but also to talk about how to design it and to do it on Canva. So anyway, I really hope you like it. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. And best of luck and Happy New Year. I hope you have a wonderful 2021.